You guys ready for an update? Alright, so I have 13 pickups plus the Funko Pop. I'll show that first. I got this Walgreens exclusive Friday the 13th Part 2 Baghead Jason Voorhees. I kind of stopped collecting these things, but you know, my brother works at Walgreens, so he had one at his shop and sent me a message and was like, hey, you want one of these? And I said, sure, it's only $9.99, hell yeah. Pretty cool. I'm gonna keep this guy, I'm not gonna sell him. I usually keep all my horror stuff. I still have all my horror action figures. I actually just bought a NECA Freddy Krueger, which shouldn't have done it, but it'll be in my next update. Also recently picked up the Shout Select of Wild at Heart with this cool slipcover. Got the reverse art there. I don't really care for David Lynch. His movies are a little too crazy for me, honestly, but Wild at Heart was pretty good. The ending was pretty weird. A lot of references to like The Wizard of Oz. And the ending had a weird Wizard of Oz ending, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Natural Born Killers, True Romance, that kind of a movie. Nicolas Cage is crazy in it, and honestly, Willem Dafoe's character is fantastic, so it's worth a watch just for Bobby Peru, played by Willem Dafoe. This does have some special features, a new interview with some novelist, but other than that, I think everything else is previously released. So if you didn't have the Twilight Time release, it's a good time to pick this up. So yeah, Wild at Heart. I love Shout Select, actually. I honestly get a little bit more excited about, you know, their releases than I do Scream Factory, because, you know, Scream Factory's put out pretty much everything, so there's a few more titles there that they could definitely put out, but I get more excited about the Shout Select ones. Like we got Dragnet coming out soon, so that's pretty cool. Speaking of Shout Scream Factory, I picked up the It's Alive trilogy from Best Buy for $24.99. Not a bad deal. I think I saw someone on Instagram found this at FYE for $19.99 on sale, so I felt a little bummed when I saw that, but you know, I don't make it out to FYE very often, so to pick this up for $24.99, not a bad deal. I haven't seen any of these movies. I think the first two are from the 70s. Yeah, Part 1 is from 74, Part 2 is from 78, and It's Alive 3 is from 1987. I'm not really big on 70s horror. I'm more of an 80s horror, early 90s horror. Even like early 80s is a little too early for me. So It's Alive 3 I'm looking forward to. 1987, I think it takes place on a beach. Figured I'd pick this up. $24.99 at Best Buy, not a bad deal. Cool box set. Another Scream Factory I recently got. Collector's edition of Return of the Living Dead 2. Haven't watched this yet, never seen it before. I like the first one. I actually got this for free. Funny story, Amazon, they sent me a tracking number for US Postal, but it actually got delivered by UPS. So there was like a mix-up and they didn't know what the hell was going on. I got it, obviously. UPS delivered it to me, but for some reason Amazon thought US Postal was gonna deliver it. So they sent me a message. They were like, hey, sorry, we fucked up. This doesn't happen all the time, but for some reason your package is lost, so we're just gonna refund your money. So yeah, I got this for free. I'm looking forward to checking this out. I'll probably, you know, watch it during Halloween season. Ton of special features there. I'm not gonna talk about any of them, but very cool. Awesome cover art. Return of the Living Dead, the first one, is probably my favorite Scream Factory artwork, and this is pretty good too. And then to round it out, like a lot of random stuff, bunch of 80s movies. I picked up The Wizard. This is Universal's starting to do like the VOD kind of stuff, which stinks. I wish they would just make them Walmart exclusives like they used to, where they were like $7.99 when they first came out. But I'm happy to have The Wizard finally. No special features or anything, just a Just a regular old edition. I guess that's what Universal's gonna be doing now, which sucks. I'm probably gonna pick up Problem Child 2. You know, they put out Junior, but if they put out Twins, I'm gonna have to get it. So Problem Child 2 and Twins, if they ever put that out, I'm definitely gonna have to, you know, pick both of those up. But anyway, it's about a kid that has autism and he's really good at fucking Mario Brothers 3. That's how I learned how to find the magic flute on Mario Brothers 3 was from this movie. And then it also has the dinosaurs from Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I live right next door to. Cabazon, which is literally one town over from me. I live in Banning, California. Cabazon is right next door. Look it on a map. The dinosaurs, they visit them in this movie. Also has the chick from Rilo Kiley. One DVD I picked up, Stakeout. Emilio Estevez and Richard Dreyfuss. I love Richard Dreyfuss. He had a really good run there, and I miss him. You know, Jaws, obviously. Close Encounters, Stakeout. What About Bob? Always, that I just watched recently. Always is a great movie. Gotta check out Always. I also picked up another Stakeout, which is on Blu-ray. The first one's not on Blu-ray yet. But another Stakeout. Haven't watched this one yet. Haven't seen it before. Mill Creek put this out, but got Emilio and Richard Dreyfuss, and it also has Rosie O'Donnell in it. Stakeout, the original Stakeout is really good. Buddy cop film about some detectives, obviously, on a stakeout. Picked up the Muppet Movie, the nearly 35th anniversary edition. I got this from Disney Movie Rewards for free. I'm sure I've seen this before. I think this has the Rainbow Connection song that Kermit sings, but haven't seen this in a long time, so obviously had to pick it up for free. Picked up Mallrats from the $5.99 bin at Best Buy. I'm not a big fan of Kevin Smith. I've never seen Mallrats, but it's like 90s teenage kind of comedy film, so I'm gonna finally check out Mallrats. So yeah, picked that up a while back. A couple of Kino Lorber titles I picked up off of Amazon because they dropped in price. Taking Care of Business with Jim Belushi and Charles Grodin. 80s film, I think. Actually, 1990, this one came out. Kind of like a case of mistaken identity. Jim Belushi breaks out of prison to go watch a Cubs game, a Cubs World Series game that he got tickets to. Pretty funny. Got it on sale on Amazon for like $12 or whatever, so picked it up. Another title from Kino, Whoopi Goldberg and The Associate. I've never seen this before, but it was like $9.99. I think it's still on sale on Amazon. It has no special features at all, so. Never seen it, don't know what it's about. Obviously it looks like she makes millions, but I love Whoopi, so. I got a comedy 2-pack here of The Witches of Eastwick and Practical Magic. Haven't seen these before. I've tried to watch The Witches of Eastwick a few times, but keep falling asleep. It's, you know, it's getting towards the Halloween season, so these will be fun to watch. You know, more lighthearted, you know, witch films. My wife was making fun of me because I was actually watching Practical Magic a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "Are you watching that freaking witch movie with Sandra Bullock?" She punked me. This one's got Jack Nicholson in it, so that's pretty cool, right? Also picked up High Fidelity, John Cusack film. I love this one. John Cusack kind of like manages a record store. So, you know, good 90s flick. And then last but certainly not least, the 30th anniversary of Mac and Me. Great artwork. I'm surprised that Shout Select didn't put this out. It's just a regular old Shout Factory release for some reason. No slipcover, nothing like that. Mac and Me, finally on Blu-ray. If you didn't grow up with this, you know, if you're watching this for the first time in 2018, you're not gonna like it. But if you did grow up with it, like myself, you had it on VHS, you fucking recorded it off of HBO like I did, or you had the DVD like I did. I couldn't wait for this to come out. I bought it on fucking release day. I pre-ordered it. It's got some new special features and audio commentary, some interviews, which I haven't watched yet. Awesome reverse artwork. Like I said, if you're watching it for the first time in 2018, you're probably not gonna like it. But for people like me that grew up in the 90s, the 80s, 90s. I was born in 1985. I'm gonna be 34 in a few months. So I'm glad that it finally came out on Blu-ray. Awesome that it was a cheap Blu-ray release from Shout Factory. So yeah, that does it. Here's all the pickups for the thumbnail. All right, you guys enjoy your September. I'll see you October 1st-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a regular thing. I'm not quitting YouTube, guys. So pound it, and I'll see you guys